She's the program officer for the Gulf Research Program, responsible for supporting and advancing its Safer Offshore Energy Systems Initiative, with a focus on the Understanding Gulf Ocean Systems campaign. So please pronounce your last name for me.
Thank you, Aaron. My last name is Khazmutdinova, but you can totally call me Karina. I worked at the National Academy of Sciences, as I mentioned, and the Gulf Research Program. I'm not sure when it all disconnected, but I'll say that the Gulf Research Program was created after the Deepwater Horizon. The money from the criminal settlement and from the company, from BP and Transocean, and from its legal agreement, the Gulf Research Program is supposed to conduct studies, projects, and other activities that would advance and apply science, engineering, and public health knowledge to reduce risk of an event like the Deepwater Horizon happening. So again, it's very different from what people have mentioned already earlier. So it's more of an administrative role, and it's more of a supporting and funding research. But I did do some research before, and I got my PhD in geophysical fluid dynamics 4 years ago, and I never thought I will get degree in geophysical fluid dynamics. I'm originally from Russia, and I'm from a very small town that was very far from the ocean. I'm not even sure when I saw the ocean for the first time, and I'm also a pretty bad swimmer, and my family is making fun of me that, someone who studies ocean doesn't really know how to swim. So, but I was always interested in math. And I did my undergrad in applied math, and then, but towards the end of my undergraduate degree, I had to produce a thesis, and I didn't want to, and we were allowed to just come up with some problem and solve it and then present it. So, but I didn't want to solve a problem that didn't need to be solved. And I was looking for some applications where applied mathematics can be used. And I found this opportunity at the Oceanographic Institute in Russia. And basically, to be honest, I didn't really understand the physics behind, but I was just given some data of temperature and salinity, and I was just analyzing it using mathematical tools. It was very interesting and fascinating, and I learned a lot about the physics behind all these, dependencies that I was seeing. And when I moved to the US, I wanted to continue the oceanographic work that I did in Russia. So I started applying for grad schools, and I got into the program at Florida State University. And again, I wanted to study oceans, but as it often happens, my advisor didn't have money to do oceanography. So, but he had some money to support a student on the project studying air circulation in limestone caves. And I was like, okay, well, it was ocean at some point. And I did look at air circulation in limestone caves and it's important for the paleoclimate reconstruction. And interestingly, I didn't think someone will mention radon on this call, but it's one of the things that I look to as a tracer for the ventilation, because as it was mentioned before, it builds up underground, and then if there's not a strong circulation in the cave, radon keeps building up. And by analyzing, and it's something that you can measure, and by analyzing what's happening with radon in the cave, you can understand what the ventilation is like. So then, but then again, I was an oceanographer in my heart. So in the summers, I was going to different oceanographic expeditions. I've been in the Arctic, Indian Ocean, and I've done some work in the Gulf of Mexico. And again, as I mentioned, currently I'm working on supporting oceanographic work in the Gulf of Mexico. And I didn't talk about what kind of work, but it is focused on advancing our understanding and prediction of the loop current in the Gulf of Mexico. And to close, I would add, it's something that actually came up in my conversation with some friends a few days ago when we were like discussing the current situation and how a couple of my friends, they didn't lose job, but they had to take a pay cut. And they were really worried about their student loans and how they're gonna pay them off. And I was lucky enough that I was able to get my undergraduate degree in Russia and I didn't have to pay for it. And I'm not exactly sure how it's possible in the US. I know there are a lot of scholarships, but they're limited. So my advice would be try to make as small loans as possible while you're studying. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Karina. Do we have BJ has a question?
Okay, what motivated you to move entirely from applied mathematics to oceanography?
Well, it was really, again, I didn't dream to be an oceanographer while I was a child, and I was really interested in math. And then I just wanted to apply the knowledge I had or I gained in my undergrad, and that's really the opportunity that came up. So not that many, it's like harder, it's more common in Russia now that there are a lot of internships for undergraduates. But there weren't that many when I was in undergrad. And so that's what came up. And then I just got lucky and it turned out to be something I got very interested in and, continued studying oceanography. I wish I had a better story.
That's great. Anybody else have another question? Couple more seconds. All right. Thank you so much, Karina, for joining us tonight.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.